Hi.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. You can hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I have a little... we all had viruses this last week, so...
Oh, okay.
So I sound a little hoarse, but...
That's okay.
This too shall pass.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So, how's your week been?
Good.
Yeah.
I always have to have a good week.
Of course.
Because that's just who I am.
Yeah.
I talked to 50.
Okay.
Yeah. She told me about talking to you, and she's looking forward to our visit tonight.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people looking forward to our visit.
Now I will tell you, I am hard of hearing.
Yeah.
So if I need you to repeat yourself, I will tell you.
Yeah, of course. I'll do my best to speak up though.
Oh yeah, you're great.
Okay.
You're fine. You're fine.
Perfect.
I'm not sure what all we're doing. I don't know. You're going to have to tell me.
Well, really, I just wanted to get to know a little bit about you and
Okay.
just kind of get to know your story, I guess, of how you ended up where you are. So we can kind of start anywhere you want to on that.
Okay. Well, I'm 77 years old, and I started a company. I'm an old nurse. Okay, been a nurse since 1969. I'm an LPN, and so I've worked my entire life. Okay, so in 2004 I started a company called Ayudando Guardians. Ayudando meaning help in Spanish. And we were doing guardianships and conservatorships. And we started with very little money, but we got rolling. My dad loaned me some money. I took a $50,000 loan out on his house, and I paid that every month. But anyway, we took care of probably some of New Mexico's most difficult that other companies wouldn't take. They came to us to take them, and we did. But as far as the funding, we would get paid by the state every month X amount of dollars for ever how many of them were on a state contract. And then we had some that were private pay, and then we had some who were veterans. And so, bottom line, getting to the end fairly quickly, funds were misused by myself, as well as my co-defendant, Sharon. And of course, my husband was with me and my son. And so we were all four in this together, basically, if you want to call it. But the truth is, and I'm going to share stuff with you I've not shared with another soul. I had a terrible attorney. $70,000 my sister paid for him. Even during the process, while I was still out, he got a DUI. He did not help me at all. You can look at some of the records, and no, our visits were very short, very few and far between. But he didn't like me much, and he really was with the prosecution on this. He really felt like I was a dog. Well, what I did, in fact, he even said, "Aren't you embarrassed?" And I said, "No, I'm ashamed." Anybody can be embarrassed, but I'm ashamed that this has happened. I never handled any of the money. Sharon took care of all the money. I couldn't even get into her computer. She would move the funds. In fact, we even had an account, a checking account, where we both have to sign off on it. So when I would go out of town on trips that afforded me because of the company, I'd leave her a number of signed checks so that all she had to do was sign them. but nobody ever showed me where those checks went. She was my best friend for greater than 20 years. There's just a lot of curious things I think about, but I don't talk about them very much.
Yeah.
And because I know that she went to the prosecution and said things that were just not true. Just absolutely not true. But you know what, Mike? No one ever came to me. They never asked to talk to me. The FBI never they never sat down and talked to me. The prosecution never talked to me. Nobody did. So, because I was the lead person, the president of the company, I got hit with the majority, with the most of it. I know that my attorney asked me one time, "Did you take money and pay off a house?" No, I never did. The house I had, I made a house payment on every month. I didn't always pay the taxes as we should. That is true. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, no. This happened and you got sentenced to how many years?
I got 47.
You have 47, yeah. This was the first time. Is this
Oh,
the first time you've been to prison?
Oh yeah, I have no history at all of anything. But the judge really was angry with me and really hated me for what I did. She said I had showed no remorse, which was not true. But you know, that was very subjective on her part. You know, because I did speak to the families, Mike, and I did own it, and I did apologize for it. But she didn't think I was remorseful enough, you know. But and to me, that's being very subjective.
Right. Do you think this is something like you should have gone to prison? Like, should have you got some prison time for it, or do you think it?
No, I think I should serve some time.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm just kidding.
I think I've got enough time now. In fact, my case manager told me the people here are good to me, Mike. The other inmates, the women, they're so good to me all the time. I carry a full-time job. I've had jobs almost since I got here. Some of them, you know, just a few hours in a day. But now I'm working in a factory called Unicor, and I do an 8-hour day. And I'm a orderly there because I don't want to sit and sew. I just can't do that. I retain a lot of fluid in my lower extremities, and so sometimes it gets hard for me to get up and walk if I've sat for very long. I do have heart disease. I've had a heart attack at some point in my life, and I don't know when. But every morning, I get up and I grab the big laundry barrels that we roll from the pod to the laundry. And I roll 2 of them every day, and I've been doing that for a year. Do I get paid for it? No. The payment is I get to get out, get fresh air, and my knees, you know, because I have a lot of arthritis in my knees, and it gets my knees going. And so in the beginning, the officers were kind of, I don't know about this. And now it's, hey Harris, how are you this morning? I'm good. You know I'm always good. And so that's how they all pretty much treat me, Mike. The officers are good to me, really good to me. The girls all call me Granny. And of course the officers are not allowed, but they do it. They do. And it's a term of endearment to me. And but my case manager told me, I'm going to tell it to you like she told me, because I said, I think I should be able to go to camp. And you know about camp, going to camp? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And she said, well, I can't do it. I can't do it because of the kind of time you got. Well, there's other people in here who have said to me that is not true. They know people that are at camp with more time than me. And I don't know anybody that way. But anyway, so she said to me the last time I talked to her, if you can get somebody, and she did just like this, somebody up there, a judge, somebody, to okay it, she said, I'll send it right through. Understand, Mike, this is my understanding, that once I can get into camp, I can get out a lot faster. And get maybe on home confinement or something. Of course, that would be my first choice anyway, rather than even going to camp. But the reality is I don't know that I can do that, that anyone can make that happen, except God can do that. But, you know, so I don't know. I don't know.
How did you adjust when you first got there? There must have been like a big learning curve when you first.
Well, I adjusted well.
You think? Yeah.
I did. I was. We were locked down. Well, when I was in county before I even got here, they put me in a solitary confinement for 12 days because they said they diagnosed me with COVID. Okay. And a Muslim woman was right next door to me, but there was a shower between the two of us. But there was no light to speak of, and all I had was a blanket and a sheet. And the shower didn't work. So for 12 days, I didn't get to wash my hair. Nothing. So, once you've experienced that, the rest of it's cake. Yeah, but no, when I got here, I was we were in confinement. The two of us to a room. Of course, the room that I had, the cell that I had, was with a young woman who didn't speak English, and I can't hear very well to help her. But we got along beautifully. We did. I had my 75th birthday there with her. And she woke up that morning and she said, happy birthday to me in English. So my life has been touched by things like that. The girls in that unit made birthday cards and slipped them under my door when we could only get out for 10 minutes at a time, and you had a choice between taking a shower or using the phone. But that's how good people have been to me. So you asked me, did I have much of an adjustment? No. Because I knew I was going to be okay. Then they brought me downstairs to Unit C2. And they put me in a bottom bunk on a bottom floor, which was good. I had the world's greatest bunkie. And she and I still communicate with each other, and she's home. But, you know, I've gotten to know a lot of people. And how do I say this? But I'm in with a lot of people who have committed much greater crime than I did. And that's, I mean, a lot greater. Murder, things like that. I love those girls, and they're good to me. They're so good to me. I work in this factory called Unicorn. House about 200 employees. And I had my birthday there on the 11th of October. And I was in the orderly closet. And I came out. And there were these over 100 women all gathered to me. And the officers allowed it, you know. And they sang happy birthday to me. So that's how I'm treated. It was just this sea of faces. It was not like anything you can imagine. It was wonderful. But I'm very tired. But I push every day. I'm just getting tired. I've had 2 great-grandchildren born since I've been in here. I've never seen anything but pictures. I did one on a video. But I'm not afraid to be here. I'm afraid to die here. I don't want to do that. I want to go home. I want to be with family. The medical services here are just horrible. And by the way, 60 Minutes has been here. And we're going to be on 60 Minutes. And it's supposed to be either this Sunday or the 18th. The Sunday, something like that. And they came in our factory. And they, you know, filmed about the factory. That factory is awesome. You know, that gives girls, they're learning how to have a job and be responsible and learn how to do things. And it's really a good experience. The rest of this place is not good. The medical services are almost nil. In fact, an article came out. I haven't been able to read it, but you might find it somewhere. That talked about 60 Minutes. It came in here. The title of it is "Deception with Fresh Paint." So, they had girls in classrooms with teachers, and those were not real. Those girls weren't. They just put them in there. And one of them was a Spanish-speaking class, and the teacher couldn't speak Spanish. So it's that kind of gives you but you know what? I worked in the kitchen when I first got here, and I washed dishes. It was a great job. It was a great job. But then I got where I couldn't walk because my knee got so bad. And they were so good to me, always. And so I had to quit that job. And I was looking for another job, and they put me upstairs. And it was okay. It was okay. I just made do with what I had, you know. And they gave me a cane. Never showed me how to use it. Nothing. That's okay. I got it. So anyway, I was walking to my meal one day, and all the guards were good. They would let me take the shortcut, you know, because they could see it was hard. It was real hard. And you can never have your meals brought in or anything like that. Nothing, ever, unless you're locked down for some reason, you know, COVID or, you know, a disciplinary action or something. So I got to the shortcut, and I asked this officer, can I take the shortcut? And she said, absolutely not. Why would I let you take the shortcut? And I said, well, I have a lot of trouble with my knees, and I just can't walk very fast. And distance is difficult for me. And she said, I don't care. She said, does other officers let you go? And I said, yes, all of them do. And she said, well, I'm not them. You go the long way. And I said, no, ma'am, I'm not. And I turned around and came back. Well, all the girls heard that, of course. And they went to the officers in the kitchen. And they said, do you know what that woman did to Granny? And they told them. And they fixed me 2 great big trays of food and brought it up to me. So that's how I'm treated, Mike.
Yeah.
Am I telling you what you need to hear?
No, you don't need to tell me anything. I'm interested to, yeah, it's...
People cannot...
Sorry?
People here who have a lot of years in and are pretty knowledgeable people cannot believe I'm still here. They think I should be out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I have no attorney. I have no money. I got my first paycheck yesterday from my Unicor for a month for $40. And that's okay. I have something. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I will probably make more next month because I've got my first 30 days in at 26 cents an hour, and then next month, well, this month, I'll go up to 46 cents an hour.
So what's the actual job like? What's the?
I'm an orderly.
Yeah.
I clean everything.
Okay.
You know, I mop the floors, clean the toilets, do all that, you know. And then I go around the whole big building, and I push a broom all the way around, and I just get the girls whatever they need. I empty their trash. We have these big barrels of cotton because they surge. Let me tell you what we make. We make sleeping bags for the military.
Oh, okay.
And they're really cool. Really cool. I'm very proud of that. Very happy about that. But anyway, so they do you know what surging is? They're sewing and cutting off the edges.
Okay, yeah.
So we have these big barrels of cotton, big trash barrels. I empty those all day, and there's about 8 of them in the building, and I empty those and I haul them to the trash. And then when those big things get filled up, we take them out, and I take them outside, and we put them in where they're crushed and disposed of, I suppose.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I do. I'm constantly busy, but that's what I want. It makes the day go by faster.
That's what I was going to ask, if it...
Uh-huh.
You like
Yeah.
it,
Yeah. I hit the floor about 5:30 in the morning. I got to push those 3 barrels, and
Is there another job that you would want to have, or is there any other ones? No.
Nope. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I like it. Because with I'm not someone who's in the dark room and read, or well, I guess you can't read in a dark room, but I close myself off at all. And outside of my room, they call it Granny's porch, and I sit out there and I read, and they will say, I need more time. That means they need to come talk. They need to come talk to me and sit with me. And we get some other girls to join, and we talk about things that are, bothering us or whatever. And then every Saturday night at 7, we have a Bible group. And right now, we're studying the book of Psalms. We just started it. We just finished Elijah, and we're going to do Psalms now. But, so I enjoy it, and the group is growing and growing. We started off with 3, and we've tripled that, so it's good. And girls come to me with stories, Mike, you cannot believe what their life is like before they got here. In fact, for some of them, their life is better here. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. they've been raped and beaten by family members, brothers, fathers, whatever. I mean, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they go on drugs, they sell drugs, they have guns, you know, it's all that kind of stuff. Sad.
What is that like for you to, like, become, like, the maternal, like, the mother figure, I guess, to a lot of these?
It frightens me a little bit.
Yeah.
It worries me. You know, but I would never turn anyone away. But I've learned to be a listener.
Mm.
You don't always have to talk, but you do have